Hi, everybody. Linda here, and I'm gonna tell my story about how I avoided being raped. And I'm telling this story because in my area in the news, there's been a lot of things with the chief of police coming under fire for some things he said in regards of I think he was giving some like rape statistics, and he was talking about how there was alcohol involved and things like that, and all these women were in an uproar about how he was victim blaming. And as women, we have to take over and be in control of our own safety. We cannot rely on men not attacking us. There's, a lot in the news and in women saying, I should be able to go out when I want, where I want. I should be able to go drink. I should be able to wear what I want. I shouldn't have to worry about this. And that is absolutely true. But can you? No, you can't. And it's sad, but that is the fact of life. And you do not want to be a right fighter on the side of getting raped. There's always you're going to be a target. Every time you leave your house, you're going to be in a target. Now, I'm not saying this to make you afraid and you shouldn't go anywhere, but don't help them. Don't be stupid. Don't go out with all your friends and every single one of you get hammered. Don't do it. Don't park where you have to walk 3 miles to get somewhere in the dark. Have your phone with you. Have people know where you're going to be. Don't be stupid about it. And expect, men shouldn't be raping me, so I'm not going to get raped. That's not going to happen. If you make it easy for them, it's going to happen. Stop being stupid. And I am not victim blaming, but you have to take and be accountable for your own actions when it comes to your own safety. You have to be in charge of it. And my encounter happened when I was around 19. And this is also the catalyst for me to go into martial arts. I did become a black belt. But the situation I found myself in, having a black belt and being able to fight and defend myself would not have helped me. And I was 19, I went to a party, and I started going to some parties when I was 19 or 20 because I was very unpopular in high school. And I was bullied, and, you're ugly every day. So the fact that I was getting invited to parties and things like that was very appealing to me, when you're a 19-year-old girl and finally people are like, oh, you're not as hideous as we thought you were. So I started going to some parties, and I was going with a more popular person because I did not drink. And so I was the designated driver, and I'm fine with that. I've always been fine with that because I like to be in charge of my driving situation. But I went to this particular party, and one of the popular cute boys was there, and he, of course, was drinking. And I was, hanging out with them, and, being a 19-year-old stupid girl, I was like, oh, yay, oh, yay. So I stupidly get in his truck with him, and he takes me off somewhere. Did not tell the dude I was with, which he wasn't my date or anything, but I didn't say, hey, guys, we're going out to so-and-so, we're going to be here. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't call anyone. Of course, this was in the 80s, so it was a different time period then. We didn't have cell phones and things like that. However, I get in this car with someone. I really didn't know him. He was just one of the popular boys from school. And he takes me out. He's not wasted drunk, like falling down drunk, but he should not have been driving. And I was dumb enough to get the car with him. And I find myself out in this field. I don't know where I'm at. I have no clue where I'm at. It's, I don't know, midnight. Who knows what time it is? I can't even remember because, like I said, this was 30 years ago because I'm 50 now. So this was 30 years ago. So I don't remember. But, we're out in the middle of this field, no houses anywhere, and all of a sudden I have no clothes on. And I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? Because even at that time, had I been able to fight, what would I have done had I knocked this dude out? I was in the middle of nowhere. I had no clue where I was at. Now, could I have run somewhere? Sure. But I could have also found myself in a worse situation than what I was in. So I tell him I have herpes. This is what kept me from getting raped. Not that he shouldn't have done it. Not that, I was scared. Now, I wasn't hysterical because I was trying to keep calm. And as women, we tend to, because dudes are, I saw this one video and it just enraged me. It was at a gas station, and a woman was trying to go pay for gas. And she was being just hounded by this group of men. And I'm saying like 10 men were just surrounding her. They were picking her up. They were tossing her about like she was a doll. And just trying to get gas. And she was like giggling. Oh, ha, ha, ha. And so all these comments were like, oh, look, she's not that scared. No, she was terrified. And this is what women do. They placate the man to keep from getting stabbed or shot or just beat to death because you don't know what's going to make him fly off the handle. That's what we do. That's how we protect ourselves. So you see these women and you're saying things to them and you're being crude, and you may not be the attacker, the rapist dude, but she doesn't know that. We don't know which ones you guys are. Have you ever seen Ted Bundy? Like a fucking angel. So we have to always constantly be placating and nice so we don't get killed because we don't know who the killer is. And so this girl was like, oh, nobody in the parking lot was helping her. Everybody had their phones out, of course, recording her. I think one of the dudes in the group recorded the video that was actually uploaded because he was like right in her face. But like you could see cars around, men standing up with cell phones, other women getting in their cars and leaving. No one in the store coming out and helping this lady. No one was helping this girl at all. And she finally got in, and they were like, oh, she's just a stuck-up bitch. Because she wasn't like, oh, sure, let's go off and party, dudes, But it infuriated me. But that's what we have to do. So because she was kind of like, oh, ha, 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 the people were like, oh, she really wasn't that scared. Look at her. Well, that's what we do. So I was kind of like doing that with this guy. I just like, oh, ha, 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 And then he was like, oh, and I was like, well, if you're really wanting to do this, just so you know, I just got diagnosed with herpes. This is what I tell him. And I got my clothes back. And he took me back. But that's what kept me from getting raped, was his fear of getting something from me. And that's fine, because I didn't get raped. And, it was his fault, blah, blah, blah. Yes, but I was dumb enough to get in a truck with a person I did not know very well and who was intoxicated. So actually, that is on me. And would it have been my fault? Partly, yes, it would have partly been my fault because I was dumb enough to do this. So don't make it easier for them. I never drink. I never go out and I never drink. And I don't feel like I've missed anything. People are like, oh, you're not having a good time. No, I have a fun time. I'm fine. I don't need to go out and get plastered to have a good time. And that's really not what this is about. But I am in control of my own safety at all times. I'm always driving. I'm always in my car. And when I do go out, which I haven't done that in a while, no one's paying attention to me because I am not drinking. The men are watching the drunk girls because those are easier targets. And men in their minds, some of them, they don't see taking advantage of a woman in that state as a rape. They just see it as easy pickings. It was just easy pickings because she was already like that. I didn't do any damage because she's not going to remember it. I'm not, this is how they're putting it in their minds. So don't make it easy on them. If you go out with 5 women, one of you should stay sober enough to stop it. I've had to drag a couple of my friends out away from a dude. She was pissed as hell, but she went home and she didn't get attacked. She didn't get raped. She didn't get fallen out to her car. She didn't get, So you have to start being accountable for your own safety and stop you're victim blaming, we should be able to do this. Yes, you should, but you can't. So start being accountable for your own safety. You can't hope that these lawmakers and advocacy groups and things are going to fix it. Maybe in the next couple of centuries it will get fixed, but not now. You can't. So please be safe and be smart and stop making it easy for them. Please, we need you. We need you. Okay. Linda out.